totally random. Hey, what's going on, folks? Just a random video. Wanted to check in and see how you folks are doing and share a little bit of a day in the life, if you will. Yeah, just felt like creating, you know what I'm saying? This lighting still ain't quite right. Hold on a second. That's better. Anyway, I didn't really want to do much here. Just another day in the life kind of thing. I wanted to talk to you folks just a little bit about what I do and why I do it. First off, let's get this out of the way. I do a bunch of different things. Very first thing I do is I have to manage my household. You know, I have to take care of my family. So that's the very first thing that I do. Which also encompasses me being a corporate America employee as well as being a freelance content creator. So each day I get up and I walk in here into my little office / nook / studio, and I sit down to either do a bunch of this IT related stuff like you see right here. I'm not going to show you too much of it, but that's a little bit of it. Or I'm over here on my other rig doing some type of photography, videography, writing, what have you. All of that stuff that I do, I absolutely love it. And I'm very fortunate to be able to say that phrase. I actually love what I do, okay? I think that's something that I wish other people could say. You know, I think about that fairly often, and I look at how many people are out there just doing what they do because they have to do it, not because they want to do it. And that's very unfortunate. I'm sorry. I have all of that going on from a responsibility and employment standpoint, as far as being an IT guy and writing SQL code and all of that stuff. But I also spend a lot of time doing stuff like this, whether it's making a tutorial video or doing a photo walk or shooting photographs for my gallery or even doing client shoots and things like that. You know, so I'm constantly busy and constantly doing something, and I freaking love it. I just absolutely love it. But then there's the world of social media that comes into play. And I think that screws with a lot of creative people out there, and I think it screws with a lot of aspiring creative artists and assume that social media is the end-all be-all. It's not. Social media is a tool. You can use that tool to leverage building your brand or bring in more business to you, if you will, as far as being a creative artist. And it's not just necessarily for creative artists. It's for anybody that is trying to establish a brand or establish a business, or, you know, whatever income that it is that they're just trying to generate. Hold on, phone ringing. Hey. Yeah, I was just recording right now. Okay, I'll be there in a minute. Well, yeah, I'll be there in a few minutes. All right, see ya. So I want to talk a little bit about social media and just my approach when it comes to it, whether it's Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, YouTube, all of that. I just want to share a little bit of my insight, my experience, and how I go about using it and why I use it the way I use it. First, I gotta get my car keys and head on out and run this errand. But come on, just go with me. yo, you need to make sure you stay right there. I don't want to hear about you getting in the trash. I don't want to hear about you getting on the counter. You stay right there. Got it? I'm serious. Stay right there. I'll be right back.
Men in general and policemen in particular. His eyebrows drew together. I know that too.
When I get into my car, I hardly ever turn on the radio. Actually, because I think my radio is broken. But most of the time, I'm not even opening up my streaming music app. I'm opening up my Audible app. Because I like listening to audiobooks. And if you're curious about getting 2 free audiobooks, you can use the link in my description below, and it'll get you 2 free audiobooks when you sign up for a 30-day free trial from the folks over at Audible. So thank you, Audible, for sponsoring this video, and also thank you for you signing up and trying out and getting 2 free audiobooks. If you don't like it after the free trial, you still get to keep your 2 free books. So head on over to auntpruitt.com/audible and get your free audio books. Thank you very much. All right, errand now complete. Back to the house and back to the discussion. But first, figured you want to see this. I don't know if you want to get in my email about it. But
I did, but I didn't understand it.
take this up. I want to give a shout out to Pruitt Network for the discount code and their offer code and all of that. These people are not a sponsor of me, but they sponsor Pruitt, and it's called Wink. I don't know if you can see that. It's dark in here. I'm sorry. But this might be pretty dadgum exciting if I can figure out how to open this. There we go. Alright, here we go. That. We got that. Whatever that is. That. Whatever that is. This, which I believe is a cider. Yeah. So that's today's mail haul. In short, it is a delivery of wine. Looks like a pretty neat service. This is a subscription service. I figured I'd give it a try. I think it'll be all right. But most of these are supposedly from California and you know, specialty craft, if you will. I've never heard of any of these things because I'm not a big wine person. But it'll be nice to try something different and maybe give y'all some insight. Who knows? Okay. Now, back to what I was wanting to talk about a little bit earlier. And get comfortable in my squeaky chair. Jeez. Social media, it doesn't necessarily have to be the end-all be-all, but it can be a pretty useful tool to help take you further in your creative careers or whatever career that you have, if you know how to use it. Now, I think the world of creative artists have a have more of an advantage using social media than, say, a banker, but there's still some type of use case for just about any type of creative endeavor or any type of career. So for me, my approach with social media, I'm going at it from a few different angles based on the particular platform that I'm using. For example, with Twitter. I jumped on Twitter, I don't know how many years ago, just because number one, I'm not the most sociable person out there. If you meet me in real life, I'm pretty sort of off to myself, introverted, and I just don't fool with a lot of people. I dig my own company. And Twitter allows me to talk to other people and not necessarily have to deal with the fact that they could show up knocking on my door and wanting to hang out. That's probably a bad example. I really like Twitter. Twitter is a little more conversational for me, but it's also a good spot to catch up on the news and share whatever it is that I'm doing as far as creatively. I'm not that kind of person that shares the fact that I'm sitting here recording right now. Every now and then I have things that I send out that are just totally random, just a random thought, and Twitter is fine for that. But it's a different platform for me far as conversation and far as my own personal brand in there. I do a lot of automated tweets on there just to keep things going, far as sharing out some of my work, sharing out some other people's work, and just trying to keep the signal going to continue to grow my brand. Because at the end of the day, I would like to be able to do more of this stuff more often and be able to live off of it. Right now, I'm not going to make a strong living doing this right here. So while I'm doing it, I keep that in the back of my head and just keep plowing forward because I love it. It would be an absolute bonus if I'm able to do this and get living wages off of it. But yeah, the money that I get from doing these things right now, it's not that much, but it's a good start. So I'm going to keep at it. Being a photographer, I have to lean on Instagram, of course, when it comes to social media. Instagram is unfortunately owned by Facebook, but there's a lot of different eyeballs over there on Instagram that photographers can get. The photography field in general is oversaturated, no pun intended. And I still want to make sure that my brand has some type of recognition over there. So if you go to my Instagram page, you will see images that I've published. I try to do at least 1 or 2 a week. I'm not posting everything there. Now, if you look at the Instagram stories, that's going to be a little more personable, a little more behind the scenes and things like that, because that's how I want to use that particular part of the platform. The other part is branding for Pruitt Media. And the story part is more of a, hey folks, how you doing? What are you up to? Holla back at me, share some stuff with me. That's the social part on Instagram for me anyway. Okay, now let's move into YouTube. If you didn't realize this, YouTube is owned by Google. Google is the largest search engine that's out there. YouTube is the second largest search engine out there. And I like being able to do videos and share not only what I've learned, but also share some different experiences that I've had, whether it's day-to-day life or sharing things about photography and videography or heck, even lifting weights and fitness. I like being able to share and help people. And I found that when I do these tutorials about photography and I do a lot of this behind the scenes stuff about photography, my viewers love it. They absolutely love it, and it pumps me up, and it really warms my heart, and it pushes me to want to continue to do this and keep making more videos. Okay, so with that said, how am I using YouTube? I'm using it because I love it. I love making videos. Secondly, I'm using it to help others, and thirdly, it's another part of growing the Pruitt brand that's out there. Because I'll go ahead and tell you straight up, it would be an absolute thrill that some studio calls me up and say, hey, I would like for you to sit down at the editing rig and work on this big project that we got going on that's going to be worldwide and do this and that and so on and so forth. You know, not necessarily Hollywood, but just something bigger beyond what I'm doing right now. All because they recognize the Aunt Pruitt brand. I have goals when it comes to all of this social media stuff. At the end of the day, all of the likes and things like that doesn't matter as much as the way some of us may push it. Okay, so if I go back to Instagram, my Instagram account, I probably have a little over 1,000 followers. That's not a lot of people, okay? That's not a lot of people. And I'm okay with that. But where I score big on that is I have my own brand recognition, and I have engagement with people that follow me, and the other brands that are out there that are a lot larger than me, they see that. So they come to me as a quote unquote influencer, because they know I'm somebody that's going to keep it real, tell it like it is, and the people that he's sharing it with are either going to enjoy it and jump on the same product, or they will just go on about their business. I have a brand recognition, if you will. So yeah, I will ask people to click like and subscribe and stuff on my videos, because that does help boost the signal. But at the same time, I'm not going to die by those likes and subscriptions and reshares and all of that. Don't get too caught up in all of the social media buzz and all of the metrics. I love data, I love analytics, and I love going through and looking at the analytics for this YouTube channel to see what you guys like, because it allows me to just continue to figure out what I can provide for you and give you value, okay? Because that's what it boils down to. I thank you all for watching. I hope I didn't ramble along too much. I hate the sun has now gone down out here. It's starting to look like a typical spring again here with all of the rain and whatnot. But thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, share it with someone else, and just spread the message that, look, social media, it is a nice platform to help springboard you to the next level in your creative or entrepreneurial career, but don't try to die by it. It's not a live and die kind of thing, but it is a useful tool. All right, hit the share button, hit the like button, comment below with whatever you may feel about this. I'd love to converse with you and hear your thoughts. Until then, y'all take it easy out there, and I'll catch you on the next video. Thanks for watching.